In the early 2000s, Pandemic Studios created Vehicle Support. They created a vehicle-theme-only game, a game that only had vehicles. When they created this Pandemic Studios thought about vehicle movement and controls. That's why the controls were so refined in Star Wars Battlefront 1 from 2004, and that's also why vehicles were extraordinarily refined and easy to use and move with in Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2005. The original Star Wars Battlefronts 1 and 2 both had incredible vehicle support to the likes in which you've never seen, as it's unbelievably all-encompassing, as this vehicle support also has balance to boot. Now, where is this fundamental balance coming from? Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, the balance came from the fact that vehicles could not be destroyed with normal weapons. In the new Star Wars Battlefront games, when you have someone who earned it through points, or somebody, instead of getting in it whenever they want, or someone who picked it up as a coin, in their first Battlefront dices, out of nowhere, the vehicles can be taken down with a mere weapon. A normal weapon can immediately be the difference between life and death, even when you're in a vehicle. Simple. All someone would have to do is get a team together, a squad on PlayStation 4. Say, hey, let's gang up on everybody. Not only gang up on one player, but you can also gang up on just one vehicle and just shoot it. Come on, keep shooting at it. Shoot, take cover, shoot, take cover. Now, let's throw grenades. Spam it, spam it. And since grenades keep respawning over and over after a bar has refilled, and people can just keep shooting because there's no health and ammo to worry about, vehicles are not as viable as staying on the ground being infantry. Meaning, the game's vehicle system is already fundamentally imbalanced from the ground up, but it gets even worse. Even with Criterion working on the vehicle controls, they're inferior to the controls of the 2004 game and to that of the 2005 game. These controls are still weak, and they still lack big time. These controls are nowhere near refined anyway. So you have a combination of imbalance and poor controls. You have a recipe for disaster. As the controls have gotten a little better over time, but are still imbalanced anyway because of the fact that vehicles can just be taken down by a pistol regardless. That's something you cannot even believe or fathom in a video game, let alone an online game. Talk about video game balance. Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, to me, are the greatest video games of all time. No game has ever come that close to being that ambitious. This is the reason why it's so important. Now you're traveling with the AT-AT, and all of a sudden, one of their ships blows up. Now, you're afraid. Wait a second, I'm shooting at the shield generator. My friend's shooting at the ship. One of the ships blew up, but they're still about to take me down. Shit, I better shoot at that ship with my friend. Now, you're all firing this damn ship, trying to take you down. Boom, it blows up. You move a little to the left. You move a little to the right. It helps you maneuver your shot. Moving can help you aim. Moving can also help you get out of the way of firepower. It might be slow, but at some point, you're going to move out of the fucking way. You can also retreat. You know what? It's time to go this way. I want to go to Echo Base. Take this AT-AT to Echo Base and blow up Echo Base. I don't feel like dealing with the shield generator right now. Let the ships deal with that. Let the chicken walkers deal with that. Eventually, it's gonna blow up. Let the other AT-AT handle it. There's two of them in the battlefield, and it's a spawning point. So people can spawn with the AT-AT Ace. So now that you moved it to Echo Base, everyone's going to be there saying, hold on a minute, this is how important vehicle balancing is. It's so important that if you were to disturb it in any kind of way, it'd be detrimental to the entire fucking game. And that's exactly what you did by having vehicles be put in coins and having AT-ATs be automatic and having terrible vehicle balancing and having idiots be able to pick up a fucking pistol and then use it in a fucking vehicle as if that vehicle is a fucking person. What fucking person would do such a thing? Think about balance. balancing. Video game balancing. You need to understand what that means. This is what I'm laying down. Thank you for watching. This was Tarragon, and Tarragon is out this piece.